Good afternoon. This is Tom Harris, Mayor Pro Tem for Rocky Mount, and Councilman J. Kelly Walker of Ward 7, and we are presenting today's Mayor's Brief. And we welcome everybody who will be viewing our presentation today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Mayor Pro Tem. How you doing?
I'm fine. J. Kelly, yesterday started off with a great celebration for the fire station number 2 at 11 a.m. What are your comments, or how did you like the presentation?
I loved it. To see the good crowd, the community come out, the community leaders, people staying in the community came out. And you could tell it was a long time coming. And to see the excitement for the community from old to young to come out, it was just an exciting time. And I think it's a beautiful time for Rocky Mount also, especially for the Ward 4 residents.
You're spot on, and I want to give a big shout out to Grant and our communications team for all what they did and putting the announcements and publicizing the event, as well as the staff, police, obviously the fire department, in doing what they did to welcome everybody. It was a great setup, big attendance. I didn't count, but it had to be several hundred there. And it's great to see what the beauty of that fire station means to the community. But like in my remarks yesterday, we have beautiful buildings, or we'll have beautiful buildings, the best equipment for our firefighters, but the men and women who have served in the past, present, and those who will serve in the future, those are what we're most proud of, because we have a high insurance rating, and that really helps people with their homeowners insurance costs because of the high insurance rating that the fire department has been given. And Insurance Commissioner Mike Halsey made reference to that in his remarks. Well, it was a great day to start off, and then we had a committee of the whole meeting at 2:00, followed by the normal city council meeting. So let's go and take a look at some of the things that we did during the committee of the whole meeting. The first agenda, and for those of you who happen to visit the honeybee exhibit that was put on at the Tank Theater at the Imperial Center, at the Imperial Center several Saturdays ago. I again want to commend the city for putting a well put together demonstration of the importance of honeybees to the society. There were a lot of people there with exhibits. It was very educational, informative. My 2 grandkids from Raleigh happened to be in town, and they enjoyed it. And numerous families were out there, and I was glad to see that we had that exhibit. And we learned during the presentation yesterday that sometimes things change in Raleigh with statutes, and we just haven't updated our own ordinance. So we did go and approve an updated ordinance to allow people within the city limits of Rocky Mount, under certain stipulations, to have honeybee hives, beehives. And I think that's great. Anything you'd like to say about that?
So, no, when we put out that we were doing a celebration for honeybees, we started getting emails from certain residents. Well, like, you're having this event. Why y'all don't catch up with the state ordinance? And I want to thank those residents who did email us and email staff and city manager, Mr. Varney, letting them know, aware that, our codes needed to be updated. And it was simple. It wasn't no rah-rah. It was just like, I think, the state codes are this, and we was able to update our code. And because I didn't know honeybeeing was that huge. But like you said, to see the celebration and to see the people come out, it's a thing, and I'm excited about it. So
again, during each council meeting, we encourage the public to come forward. And take 3 minutes to speak whatever subject matter they have. And we did have citizens not come to a council meeting, but they did voice their particular personal situation and
Absolutely.
concerns about the lack of a true ordinance in
Yes,
the city of Rocky Mount.
Yes, sir.
And we quickly put a new ordinance in place.
Yes, sir.
And again, it's part of what we do. We listen to our citizens and gain input. We have to do some research to make sure what we do complies. And we did that quickly, and I commend everyone for making that happen.
Yes, sir.
Well, the second big agenda, and it's something that's really is going to be, I think, interesting and informative and exciting, is the establishment of a social district
Yes, sir.
in downtown area of Rocky Mount. We had a great presentation made yesterday. Surprisingly, there were about 9 or 10 cities within a 50, 60 mile radius, or maybe more, that have already established social
Yes, sir.
districts. So they were able, our committee, they were able to visit those places, gather input, learn things about what some best practices were, maybe not somewhat things that maybe need to be looked upon because they were not happening somewhere else. But
Yes, sir.
you're the generation, Jay Kelly, that a lot of your friends are probably downtown at times. And,
Yes, sir.
And how do you look at having a social district in our downtown area of Rocky Mount?
I think it's definitely needed because, like you said too, I think the way Assistant City Manager Nikki Hill broke it down yesterday was very good to see Wilson, Greenville doing it, even Kinston doing it, and doing quite well with it. So I think it's time we had kind of caught up with the times because you get emails very often about social district and have we thought about it, and kind of like to give it some energy and thought. I think is good, and the way she broke it down and explained it to us was pretty good. I think a certain time window to have it and the way to bring the event center into it is very good. So I thought it was very smart to do. So I'm excited about it. So.
Well, I'm excited too. You know, one of the things we do have in an event center,
Yes, sir.
and they do provide adult beverages inside the event center. But in order to have people willing to freely go from the event center to a restaurant just down the street or whatever, having a social district will enable them to properly carry that maximum 16-ounce glass of adult beverage in an open and safe environment, and and not break any current statutes. But I commend Manager Elton Daniels for asking Assistant City Manager Nikki Hill to comprise a team to go out and do some research, et cetera. And there's still some research that needs to be done. And there are going to be having 3 upcoming meetings with the public. I think mid-September. I did not write the dates down, but one of them is going to be perhaps the first group, those interested in having a participated interest in the social district, knowing and understanding what the state statutes and rules are and what our allowances and regulations are going to be, and the special cups and the special decabs and the special language that we want each participant use, et cetera. That's key. Those who are going to be providing those beverages need to have a thorough, good understanding of what our policy is going to be.
Yes, sir.
But I know they're excited. I think the second group that they want to meet with are business owners and churches who are in close proximity to this proposed social district. And the proposed social district is really the Imperial Center flowing down to the Event Center, flowing down Washington Street, Southeast Main Street, et cetera, as well as Church Street, because Moe's place is on Church Street.
Yes, sir.
So there's going to be a designated area, but it's going to be great for Rocky Mount. I think, again, it will be a way to attract people coming to downtown.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we really want to do. And I think the council is fully committed to see what we can do to provide the necessary things that will attract people to downtown Rocky Mount.
I agree.
And the restaurants, those establishments who would be participating, hopefully will see additional traffic as well.
Yes, sir.
And I think Nikki Hill, one of her presentations, indicated how much increased business some of these places saw after they established the social district.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
And I agree. I think, like you said, she explained pretty much to the T what they saw when they done their homework very good at different locations, asked the tough questions. And like she said, most places were talked about how their business had increased. So I think that's always good for the city anytime we can help a business grow and grow. So,
and one thing that hopefully we'll see, well, of course, we're going to be heading into the fall and winter seasons,
sure.
But, more outside dining a little bit. The event center's got some places that you can go outside and have a meal and some beverages, etc. It's just going to be a way of attracting more and more people.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully a lot of young people will come and see how great downtown is. And, we are making some investments through grants with businesses for retail, commercial space, as well as rentals. So hopefully we can encourage people to say, hey, I might want to look at living downtown.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's about.
Making this downtown thriving like it used to be.
Yes, sir.
We're committed to that.
Yes, sir.
Well, and then the last thing, we had a brief discussion. Unfortunately, Nash County had a deputy who was hit and died from injuries he suffered at the intersection of 301 and May Drive. And the sheriff's department has requested that we look at naming a bridge in his honor, but we just don't have so many bridges in the city of Rocky Mount. And Elton Daniels, our manager, in the proposal that Donald Perry made, director of engineering, gave us three options: naming a bridge, or maybe having a monument for all of our fallen officers, not just police officers, firefighters, EMS workers, even for those who are not employed by the city, but it could be a member of a police or sheriff's department, EMS, firefighter from other areas, but who's unfortunately lost their life within the city limits of Rocky Mount. So there could be a monument or a wall, or kind of like the Vietnam Memorial Wall, but not that extensive, of course. And some options were given about Martin Luther King Park, Battle Park, Sunset Park. And Manager Daniel said with the recent flagpole that was put out there, and when you go in service, you rise at sunrise, and your day ends at sunset, so to speak. So I think we all kind of decided, we haven't formally decided, but maybe we can look at the establishment of a very nice monument with names, and pay special recognition to those. You being an ex-military,
yes, sir.
How do you feel about special recognition?
I think that is needed. But like you said, there's so many bridges we do have. And you don't want the incident to happen again. But if it does happen, do you have enough bridges to name them after every? So I think the monument or the wall would be awesome to do, because nobody's forgotten. So I definitely think the wall is a good thing to do, or the monument.
Or the monument.
Yes, sir. And I like the Sunset Park pitch that City Manager Daniels did have.
Well, obviously there's going to be some more study on that, and we'll be having a second presentation made at some point in the near future, because there's going to be some minor cost involved in the erection of this monument. It's got to be made, and we got to have names put there. But it's something that I think all of our citizens, not only in the city of Rocky Mount, but National Edge Code, we'll feel like we're doing something to those who really put their life on the line each and every day.
Yes, sir.
Then we went into closed session, attorney-client privilege, and personnel. So that wraps up, Jay Kelly, our discussion on the committee of the whole. Our council agenda was not extensive, but there are some things that I feel like we need to discuss. Item number F, just like our homes, our businesses, we from time to time we got to replace our heating units, air conditioning units. We got to replace other kinds of equipment, and we did have about $160,000 of needed repairs to HVAC units, water loop units, heating pumps, etc. So we had to approve this additional $160,175 to a services contract that we have already entered into with Allied Mechanical Services.
And I think going back to Fire Station 1, I was there this summer and they didn't have air and they didn't have water. So it was kind of one of those things that was much needed. And it was kind of to see those guys push through and still make it happen is a beautiful thing, man. And it's not enough thank yous in a day to tell them thank you for all that they do.
You know, the infrastructure is critical.
Yes, sir.
But also we got to make sure our buildings are sufficient for our people to work in, and we have some old buildings, and we just got to make sure that we make the necessary repairs and renovations to provide all of our associates with the city in an environment that they can feel at home. Talking about infrastructure, we did have on the consent agenda a $436,000 request for a raw water pump installation at our Tar River wastewater treatment plant. You know, infrastructure is one of the critical things that we provide the necessary means so people can have electricity, water, sewer, etc. And there's going to be exceptions at times and surprises, and we just got to make sure that we have in our budget savings enough so we can award this new water pump installation, $436,000. But you know, the wastewater treatment plant out there provides a critical service so that we can discharge our waste cleanly into the Tar River so it can flow downstream. But again, that's another area where we got to make sure that we have the necessary equipment, et cetera, to continue providing the services.
Sure.
You know, looking back on a couple of other agenda items, one of the things that we had in addition to the agenda this time was the approval of various grants and monies we extend to various organizations. And we have agreements that will be exercised probably as soon as today because they had to be approved last night. But I just want to go over who they are. You know, the Boys and Girls Club, you know, for the EA Sports League, you know, they provide such good services there. The Tar River Orchestra and Chorus, by the way, Councilman TJ Walker recused himself because he is a board member, but we do provide some financial support to the Tar River Orchestral Society. Yet we continue to support the Wright Center, and that is certainly a viable, good organization right there, very near to where the fire station is.
Yes, sir.
The Down East Viking Football Classic, we're going to have that football classic again this year.
Sure.
And we do provide some financial support to Elizabeth City State University, and that amount is $75,000. But it brings people from all over eastern and central North Carolina
Yes,
to
sir.
Rocky Mount to see the
Elizabeth City and
Elizabeth City State and
Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville State
Yes,
play
sir.
football. So that would be a great day, and let's hope the weather then would be like today. Be a beautiful day.
It'd be beautiful.
Communities in School is another organization that we support, and they certainly provide needed services to those who work with. Again, another agreement with the Boys and Girls Club, and this is their annual contribution. The other one was for a specific program, but this is for their annual contribution, and they obviously still do good things for the city of Rocky Mount. This organization, Jay Kelly, you kind of mentioned this yesterday in your remarks, the Buck Leonard Association.
Yes, sir.
Tell us briefly what you said yesterday about Buck Leonard Park, etc.
So I played Buck Leonard as a kid, probably in about third, fourth grade. So coach, it would be so packed that our parents would be, he would get tired of walking all around the park to meet the kids. You know, we were like 8, so parents weren't just going to put us off anywhere out the car. So he would kind of be like, meet at the fire station, meet at the fire station. It's a safe place. And so I never forgot that as a kid, and just how the fire station has always been a safe place. So we would always meet. For those 2 years I played for him, we would always meet in the parking lot of Fire Station 2 and walk across the street to the baseball game. So that was the Buck Leonard league that I played in back in the day.
I helped coach both my sons in Little League, and my oldest son, we had many practices
Yes, sir.
there at the field there.
Wow.
And, it brings back memories. And,
Yes, sir.
Buck Leonard, thank goodness he's finally in the Major League Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
So, it's good that we continue to help them with what they do. A big contribution, and this is the third year, I believe, is United Community Ministries, the Bassett Center and the homeless shelter. This is $300,000.
Yes, sir.
This year, this money is not from the city. It came to us through a state grant one time, but this is something that they continue to need financial support for their operations. And it's a big amount, $300,000. And, the homeless situation here in Rocky Mount is something that we as a council are going to continue to discuss and see what we can do. There's a lot of people trying to get into the shelter at night.
Sure.
And with winter coming on, I can expect even more.
Sure.
We just got to take a long, hard look at what can we do collectively with both Nash and Edgecombe counties as well, because this is a Department of Social Services type situation that we really need more from them as well to help with the homeless shelter. So if anybody out there that's got any ideas on what we can do to find increased funding for United Community Ministries, please let us know, because it's vitally needed. But $300,000.
Sure.
Next one is we do provide financial resources for the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce, and this amount is
I think it's
I didn't have it written down, but it's in excess. I think it's in excess of $300,000. I might be wrong, and I apologize for not having that specific amount. But we really work closely with the Rocky Mount Area Chamber of Commerce in their efforts to recruit business and and retails and other businesses coming to Rocky Mount. So we're glad that we continue to
Yeah, 345.
345,000.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Jay Kelly. That's the amount. And then another one for the Hero program with the Boys and Girls Club. They really have good select programs, and we want to be a part of each of those programs. So in a nutshell, those are the agencies that we formally approved Monday night to have financial support from the city for our 25-26 operating year, fiscal year. We're just about out of time. Anything else, Jay Kelly, that you would like to just to bring up or make our citizens aware?
We pretty much went through the program. Pretty much what happened. It's pretty much all I have. You have anything?
Well, I think several things that we hope to be discussing, maybe in a committee of the whole, in some upcoming sessions, is code enforcement.
Absolutely.
You know, I think it's been quite some time before, well, it's been quite some time since the code has been reviewed and perhaps updated. And that is something that I hear from my constituents a lot.
Same here.
Is code enforcement, and what can we do to beautify this city, and what are some of the things the city can do. But then again, we need to educate our public on some of the things the city cannot do.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you talk about private property, there are certain
Things
procedures and legal statutes that we must adhere to. But I'm hoping we can have a good long working session on code enforcement, so we as a council can have better knowledge
Absolutely.
of some new things that maybe is in the state statutes, but make our citizens aware also of what we can do and
can't do.
And can't do.
So something I know that I have maybe done since Mr. Varney's been back on Tuesdays and Fridays, we ride around and spot out code in the ward, and it's been very helpful to know like certain things we can't do with the city and there's certain things we can do. So that's been very helpful, riding around with Mr. Varney and someone from code enforcement to spot certain things out before you get a complaint about. So that's been very helpful.
Well, and those things that we can't do, we need to educate the public.
Yes, sir.
Why we can't
Absolutely.
do it. And I think that will certainly help everything as we collectively want to do things to make our city more appealing and draw people to the city of Rocky Mount.